As a youngster, I was very aware, probably very early, very aware, back there during the height of the Depression, that our family just simply didn't have much money. And there was never any weeping and moaning and griping and bitching about it. It's just a fact of life that money is hard to come by. We don't have much of it, and there isn't going to be much spent. Didn't have any trouble with running our teeth back then with caffeine or too much candy. Once in a while, Dad would buy, I imagine, 10 cents, maybe 15 cents worth of jelly beans for a whole bunch of us, and you got 4 or 5. They're mighty tasty. But you didn't get enough to be sucking on them and ruining your teeth, that's for sure. So, getting ready to get married, I'm looking at the fact that, yeah, I've saved about 90% of every dollar that the Army's paid me, maybe even 95%. I just didn't spend money. But, gonna have a wife, can't live in the barracks anymore. So I was checking on what it costs to live off base, and whoa, be easy to go in a hole and darn hard to break even. It was going to change the financial arrangements a whole lot. So I was kind of worried about that, and my friends like Jim Dixon and other guys in the company that were aware that I was concerned. Got to talking about it, and I don't know who, somebody said, hey, you ought to watch the bulletin boards around here. Every once in a while there's a bulletin item about housing that's free or darn near free for a couple. Never even occurred to me that such a thing might be possible, but boy, I started studying bulletin boards, not only in our company area, but I'd walk around and walk into other company areas and look at their bulletin boards. Don't remember where I saw it, but sure enough, a big break. Saw one that had just been posted. Those are things you'd had a date on. It had just gone up. And this was a major indicating that he and his wife were looking for a young couple that would live in the servant quarters of their on-post housing. Whoa. Checked that address and realized, my gosh, it's only 2 or 3 blocks from the office where I work. Pretty exciting. Boy, I walked to that house and knocked on the door and was told to come back a little later, and did. And I liked them, and they thought all right of me, obviously, because it didn't take us very long to reach an agreement that, yes, you can live in our servant quarters. You take care of, I think the little girl was Shauna, our little 3-year-old, for us on Sunday while we go to church, and on Wednesday nights while we go to church. You take good care of her. Rent is free. Utilities are paid. Whoa, now there's a help on keeping your financial picture in good shape. So we made the deal. And when we got married and got back there on post, we moved right upstairs. Steep, kind of narrow stairs. Windows were only, I think, half windows, and the roof was slanted like this. The high part was in the middle. The bed was over here against one of the edges, and you didn't want to be over there in bed and rear up too quick and not watch what you're doing. You bump your head on the eave. I don't really remember. I need to talk to my wife about that a little bit, but I know we had a separate bathroom. I know that basically the rest of it was one room with a little corner set up as a closet. Our stove was a 2-burner hot plate. And I don't remember what we had as a refrigerator, and yet it kind of sticks in my mind. We had something that was about maybe 4 by 3 by 2 or something, kind of like you see in some apartments and sometimes in a small teacher's lounge. we were as happy as clams. We were comfortable. The Major and his wife were very nice people. I think there was only one time that there was a little bit of a sharp exchange when I think we thought the little Shauna was a little bit spoiled, and we may have upset her a little by wanting her to do something she didn't really want to do, and it was pretty well established that your job is not to upset her in any way. And we made sure we didn't upset her again. And other than that one little correction, it was a very smooth, very pleasant relationship. Talk about a blessing. The good Lord took care of us so many times in so many different ways. I have no idea how much difference that made in our future, but to have a little bit more money saved rather than spending all of the money that you had already saved makes a lot of difference. To get out there and go into civilian life with a few dollars in the bank.